as time go on, I'd say music is probably the main thing that I gravitate to.
It's been a roller coaster journey, but one nevertheless I'm grateful to have taken, because I guess it's made me who I am.
SLR, bless man. What's up?
Kennel Studios, another session, knocked out a track. 30, so my bad.
I go by the artist name of Streetlight Rhymes. I come from South London. Been making music for as long as I can remember. You know, I'm mainly a producer, but I do rap as well.
Who am I? I guess that's a fantastic question. Everyone asks themselves that in life, but a lot of people might know me as Gems. Family members know me as Claude, but most importantly, I'm a child of God and a Christian.
I was fortunate enough to have a good background in terms of like being raised in a church, you know, so I got to understand those principles from quite early. Didn't live by them though, but you know, I definitely was able to grasp what it is, and you know, I'm very grateful for that.
I'm from the gritty hoods of Southeast London. Many people know it as the Blue Borough. Grew up in New Cross, so that's where, you know, I was born and bred and where it all happened. Man, we got a life story. We got a journey. It's been an amazing journey, you know, full of twists and turns, ups and downs. But yeah, just a young guy. Grew up in the community, raised in New Cross. Came from a really good, you know, grounded household. Mum made sure she, you know, installed some fantastic principles in our lives from an early stage. So Dad wasn't on end like many of my friends, so I wasn't fortunate to ever have kind of like a male father role model, or even a template of someone to look to who was an actual man that was actually doing something positive.
Yeah, get ready for the future.
London city, London town, the place of bright lights. You know, I liken London to a 50p coin. So if you're a tourist coming, you see the bright lights. But if you're a resident and you're not, you know, raised or born with a gold spoon, you see the other side of that 50p coin. Life in London is as amazing as it is. You got to have some wits about you, you know, and there's definitely an element of survival instincts that is really needed if you kind of was in the lifestyle which I was in. So London, I love it, you know, place of opportunity, diversity. Yeah, so London town, hence why I made the track Welcome to London, just for the people who didn't know what London was really like on the other side of that 50p coin.
Hi. Yeah, James is around here. James is around here.
No, you know what? Literally, if I go,
Hey SLR, how are you?
No
You
picture,
right?
no picture, no picture, please, no.
I know my job, gotta let them know, my God, until they're like, oh my gosh, you know I got on. I know my job, gotta let them know, my gosh, till they're like, oh my gosh, you know I got on my cross. I know my job, gotta let them know, my God, till they're like, oh my gosh, you know I got on my cross.
To be honest with you, I think that's why I can kind of sympathise with certain things, you know, in terms of like certain ignorance towards, you know, when someone's telling you something, it's hard, but it's better when someone shows you something. And I think that I come from that as well, and I think sometimes that the adults are kind of guilty of that, where they think that even if they're telling them something right, but why is it right? Sometimes you need to show them what is right. And I feel that, you know, kind of being older now, I can see that a lot more. Even like sometimes it's like I do feel old if I go on a bus and I hear music playing and people making bare noise, but I was just the same. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, I suppose it's understanding that they're not at a certain level of maturity, and just kind of being aware of that, and you know, just being compassionate towards that as well, because not everyone's going to reach that level as well. You know, I think the youth are quite similar, just they got different clothes now. The jeans are more skinnier.
You know, with young people, I see myself as fairly young. Don't let the, you know, the pot belly or the beard fool you. But like, I guess there's major similarities, and I guess through the work that I do with young people, so I'm an outreach and development worker. So I work with 16 to 25-year-olds outside of, you know, music. So there's elements of counselling and mentoring, and I guess kind of like helping to give other young people options and choices from the ones that they may only think that they have. And I see a lot of elements of myself in some of the young people that I work with. So, you know, there's, I guess with now, there's much more things taking place. The technology's changed, you know, so I think that has a massive impact on the culture, on young people. But I still think that they are making same choices and decisions that maybe a lot of my generation have made.
It's like, what? Yeah. Lord, I've been living in the worst way. I just pray my name's written on the first page. Rich and poor, blind and naked since the curse came. Not only saved because the lamb was slain, except us giving all to the Savior truly reigns. Resurrection after death, the dead is paid. Taken out of darkness, test of faith. Sharks in the harbor, call for hearts on the plate. In pursuit of spiritual fitness, a witness for sinners the craze. Some living for pitching of shipments, the whips and the chains. No digging the scripture that's written or repping away. Persistent affliction exists in a perilous place. Brothers slay brothers, turn into a killer like Cain. Mothers praying for their sons to run on your way. Amongst the sinister, the Lord sends his ministers with Holy Spirit assistance, diminishing devilish traits.
You know, rap is an element of hip-hop, isn't it, really, you know, for me. And I feel that rap becomes the main focal point these days. You know, it kind of happened from back in the day where, you know, it became more about the MC than the DJ, and then obviously the graffiti elements kind of got lost over time. For me, hip-hop is about all of those elements coming together, and really just people's life experiences being expressed through those like arts as well, really. You know, like if you're a grapher, then you might express certain views about certain things in society, or, you know, your life, or, you know. And then as a rapper, which people more know, is talking about your life in your songs. But I think that people don't really realize that all the other elements kind of do that as well, and I think it's been kind of lost over time. But I do feel that there are people that are, like young people, that are actually taking the time to embrace those elements. So I wouldn't say it's a lost art form, it's just got a bit more underground, I'd say. And before it was kind of really just out there. But I feel everything goes around. So, you know, hopefully the youngers that are coming up now will kind of pay homage to what made the art from what it is today.
Most major always paying in harmony. The conquer against face he opted. Him that was slain on the cross and gave us salvation, the blessings of Abraham promise. A race paid where your heart is. He'll touch in his garment. Grateful for, woo, basically lost it. Walk in the spirit as the flesh will be gaining the profit. Handling kingdom business, just a day at the office.
Yeah. SLR, SLR, SLR.
Come on.
Alright, let's
Gems.
Album, compilation, project, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, shout out to my boy Esso on this one. GP, Esso the bearded one. You done know, brother. We in the building. Come on, Jam Rock Radio. Jam Rock, let the man drop from New Cross. Yeah, down to Bangkok. Yeah, okay, let's go. Yo, game on. Roads where I came from. On the platform, waiting, trains gone. This opportunities in life can't take long. World ain't enough for me. James Bond, stay strong. In every hood it's the same song. Good words become convicts. Akon, life's well harsh behind them jail bars. Some in film, some do time in Belmarsh. Behind four walls, want freedom, better answer when the Lord calls. Bang, bang on, and let me explain. Life's like a chess game. Make the wrong move. Hip hop, rap, hip hop. You know, I love rap. I love hip hop. I'm all for being able to express yourself. And I guess for me, like, I stumbled on rap and hip hop, you know, through maybe Yo MTV raps, you know, maybe going to a family relative's house and them having LL Cool J, Mama Said Knock You Out, you know, you got LL with the Kango, the fat gold rope. I think there has been a good progression, you know, since from where hip hop initially started, and I think it can only get better. There are musicians and artists that are out there who are trying to push the bar and not be followers of the current trend, but they're kind of always, you know, underground, and you've got to dig beneath the surface to find those kind of artists.
The Great Invite. Here's some insight. There's a master who invites.
Well, initially when we started out, it's like we were just like coming together and just making music, because we were working a lot together and doing shows.
TGI, the great invitation. TGI, what can I say? Sonically diverse. I think people who have heard my previous material, so I released a project in 2011 called The Road to Damascus, and if they hear like TGI, there's a massive gap, massive, I guess, change in the sonic sound of how it sounds sonically.
One song became 2 songs, 2 songs became 4, 4 became 6, and it's like we was doing a lot of stuff together, and we thought we might as well do a project together, because we're really both artists in our own right, you know, just doing what we were always doing, you know.
And I think it definitely highlights some growth in me as an artist, working with SLR, him giving me a toe punt every now and then, like, Gems, let's try this, innit? You know, let's maybe kind of try and push the bar for yourself and kind of come out your comfort zone. Let's try some new stuff, and, you know, maybe even try singing on a track, bruv, you know, instead of spitting 64 bars or 102 bars.
When we started to get down and do a few more tracks, and we had a few more down the line, we were sitting down and started to think about what we should call the project, and, you know, we kind of just gravitated towards The Great Invitation.
When I think of TGI, I ultimately think of an amalgamation, I think of a collage, I think of, you know, bits of music that have been weaved together, that is very diverse, but ultimately talk about the greatest invitation, which is, you know, God, you know, wanting to be in relationship with man, and him saying, cool, I'm here, innit, I invite you to be in a relationship with me, but do you accept the invite? So hence why it's called The Great Invitation. And I think, yeah, we document the great invite, the ultimate invite that you want to, you know, receive through music and through bars and through life experiences and through these diverse sounds. IMG Studios, we just that's banging out the theme track to the TGI Great Invitation. Man like Dre, man like P on the keys. Come on. Predominantly, the project was produced by SLR, which he's done an amazing job, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on the project. Like, he's an amazing songwriter, amazing producer, and if you knew him, and you wouldn't even know he does that because he's so humble with it, you know. But he produced the bulk of the project, and the majority of the tracks were produced, you know, and just like in our, maybe in my house or at his house, and we captured moments. So every track to us is like a moment that was captured. You know, people might hear the project and think we're working with some super equipment. We will use a battered laptop, you know, that because it was so battered, the way it folds, you would think it was a transformer, but no, it was actually broken. But we captured moments in our homes, and we produced the bulk of the project on a battered laptop, which shows me that, you know, it's not always about what you have. It's about being able to use what you have to the best of, you know, your ability. So Every track for me was a moment, and then we would capture that moment there and then and take it to the studio.
So yeah, regards to videos,
we don't have crazy budgets, you know, we've got life outside of music, so we have to be very strategic, you know, when it comes to obviously spending money on videos and what we're trying to do. And I guess we try to capture whatever that song's saying within the framework, within the budget that we have.
Where do we start, man? I think there's like about 5 videos, if I remember rightly. Forgive me if I can't remember how many they are. But like, I think every video's got its own like face to it. You know, I think that we tried to kind of make it an extension of the tracks and look at each one differently.
Push the bar with what we have, you know, being faithful with a little, you know, so, you know, then when we do get a lot, we know how to handle that lot if that should come our way. But yeah, just trying to push the bar with what we have and not just standing the camera and looking at my, you know, my big face like, hey, it's all about me. Like, so just trying to kind of be more thought-provoking with the stuff that we do.
21-3.
2013.
What's going on? Well, it started really well. I feel like the next level now really we're trying to do is make sure we formulate a band, which is more or less happening now. We've been meeting up a few times, which has been really good, and you know, literally just the other day we had a great rehearsal, and you know, it was kind of off the chain still, I must say.
So 2013, you know, to hit the road, be gigging, you know, we've been working with a band, you know, that's been formulating. So shout out to the Skater Boys, shout out to Jester, shout out to our homegrown boy, Gemma Gordon, people that we just been kind of building and working with. And, you know, we've always, you know, kind of appreciated live music. So that's kind of where we're, I guess, really going for 2013 with the music.
Kind of just, you know, just reaching out, innit? Getting more contacts and hopefully just being able to, you know, just keep going, you know, wherever it takes us, wherever it's going, you know. It's down the street or overseas, wherever it is, you know. Wherever God intends for this to be, you know, may it be. That's more or less it for me. You know, you can speak to James in his own time, man.
Yeah, you can be doing all this great stuff, but, you know, if after the music stops, as Lecrae speaks about, you know, your life's in shattered and in pieces, and you failed, innit? You failed. So you can be a success in the world's eyes, but a failure in God's eyes. And that's, you know, if you want to be a success anywhere, it's definitely in front of God's eyes. Pushing the bar in what we do, and trying to smash any glass ceiling, you know, and break any stereotypical, you know, views of people who do music that are Christians, you know. So yeah, just trying to push the bar, man, and go as far as we can, but also being faithful with what we have, diligent, you know, and keeping our eyes on God.